Hi guys, welcome to another game of Twilight Struggle with Saucy Soviets. We're up against Gumby Not Pokey today. I don't know what that's a reference to. I'd like to apologise for not having commentary on my previous videos. I've been having problems with the microphone, but it's all sorted now, so let's get to it. Slightly mindful of the fact that I don't have socialist governments. But I think it's more interesting when you put three in both Italy and Iran. It forces the Soviet player to make some interesting decisions. It makes them ask themselves, you know, what's more important to me? Is it Middle East and West Asia, or is it Europe? There are lots of theories about which one's more important, but I think I'll throw the extra two into Iran. And there we go.
Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. Под знаменем Ленина вперед, победа!
Right, so none of the cards here are really jumping out at me as strong headline cards. We don't have an awful lot of ops, unfortunately. No real damaging events. I mean, special relationship can be fairly useful when NATO's in effect. You can bag yourself 2 easy victory points and influence in any Western European country. I think, given that the Soviet player usually moves ahead quicker in Asia, I think we'll just get Asia scoring out of the way. He'll get 1 point because of his control of North Korea, but we'll get rid of that. Oh no, no. No, not a great start. Oh well. There was nothing else there really to headline, which I'm sure you can appreciate. I mean, maybe Olympic Games, but it's a little bit boring. And we like to take risks on this game. We like to spice things up a bit. But oh well, it's just 5 points. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can catch up. Okay, we go for Italy. Yeah. And he rolls a 6. Surprise. So a couple of options here. We can't really go for France because of de Gaulle. It's a little bit of a waste of ops. Part of me wants to coup Vietnam. These things tend to even out in the long run, but fortune was smiling on those plays. Well, that's very deep for an online game of Twilight Struggle. I think was it Confucius or Nietzsche who said that? I can't remember, but yeah. I think we'll have a crack at coupping Vietnam, see if we can. Oh wow, American Vietnam. We've managed to do with one dice roll what Lyndon Johnson couldn't do in about 9 years. So hope he's looking down and listening and watching. Excuse me, just had a swig of my drink there. He still has the modifier in Vietnam. Whether he'll actually go for it, I don't know, because Asia's already been scored. Also begs the question why I went for it, but there you go. I think with Arab-Israeli war, we'll put one into Lebanon just to make the chances of success that little bit less likely. We can't really start attacking France until de Gaulle has been taken out of the deck. It's very bad for momentum, and it's also a waste of quite a lot of ops. So I also think in the early war, there's always at least one region that doesn't go your way, and instead of putting lots of time and effort into fixing that, I think sometimes it's better to accept that there's one region that the opponent will just be stronger in for whatever reason. But at this point, the Middle East and Asia are looking okay. We've managed to nab Vietnam off him. We've got access to Afghanistan and Pakistan. Where's he going? Okay, so he plays duck and cover with UN intervention. What should we do then? I want to drop the DEFCON because I don't want the DEFCON to go to 5 next turn, and then obviously that would mean him having a chance to realign West Germany, and we'd be in a whole heap of trouble. So I think, what do you reckon, Iraq or North Korea? Let's do North Korea. How often do you see a North Korea coup in this game? No. Kim is not going to be happy. Excuse me there. So let's see what he does. I guess he'd probably take one of the Mediterranean countries, probably Spain. Tends to be a favourite when the Italy coup goes well. Oh, Panama, I'm guessing. No. Oh, you're joking. Come on. That's ridiculous. Another 6 for our opponent. Very frustrating. So we need to move out in the Middle East now. Put one into Lebanon, one into Jordan. Yeah, it's important to try to not get frustrated, to keep a level head. It can be a very frustrating game at times, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Seriously, I was just trying to lower down. Yeah. Well, at least Israel's safe. That's one thing. But no, it's important to also remain positive. We're not completely kicked out of the Middle East. We got access to Iraq. We could go through Iran and then maybe back into West Asia. I think it'd be very weak play from him if he decided not to take Iraq and Iran, but we'll see how that goes. I think taking Thailand is a priority in case he has destalinisation, and we'll probably whack 2 into Egypt at some point so NASA doesn't knock us out completely. Where's this going? Okay, so we'll get rid of Suez. We'll knock it out of the deck. We will take Egypt, get rid of his domination, and we'll put 1 into Lovsk, Cambodia. Start making our way over to India. So 1 out of Israel, 2 out of the UK, obviously. Not too damaging at this point. Sorry about my accent, by the way. If you're struggling to understand, I'm from the north of England. I'm from Manchester. I don't sound like your stereotypical cricket playing, croquet loving posh Brit. I think the only famous person I can think of with an accent like this would be Christopher Eccleston, for any Doctor Who fans. So we'll go ahead and take Libya, which actually gives us domination in the Middle East. I mean, he can easily take Iraq, but if he's got the Middle East scoring card now, then he's got to play it. So we'll see what he does. As always, feel free to criticise my play in the comment section, guys. Just keep it friendly. Okay, so he's wise to get rid of that. There are no Soviets. There's no Soviet influence in any third world battlegrounds, so I think to keep up momentum, we'll just head towards India. Probably go into Pakistan now. Oh no, no, he takes Greece. So one of my favourite things about playing as the US is that you get the last action round of every turn, and I'm going to break North Korea, I think, just to give him a couple of things to think about at the start of next turn. So, you know, he's got to think to himself, do I repair North Korea? Do I risk him taking it? Or do I just go ahead with the coup? So we'll see what he does. A little bit disappointed that I have to play Comic-Con. Obviously, all those influence points in Eastern Europe can be used for destalinisation, but I don't want a space race decall. I don't want to put that back into the deck. I don't want to give him the opportunity to draw it in turn 3 after the reshuffle. So we'll go ahead, break North Korea, piss off Kim a little bit. And that's turn 1, so it looked disastrous, but with the exception of Europe, it's actually not looking too bad.
The totalitarian regimes are nurtured by misery and want. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife. They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has died.
Okay, now if we get red scared with this hand, it's going to be very hard to manage. So I'm going to use containment and, you know, hope that we get to use it to its full extent. And if he red scares us, then it'll just obviously equal everything out. Yeah, I mean, we can manage socialist governments. I mean, if we have to play it, we can just repair the damage. But you don't want to be playing decol or destal. So I'm assuming he'll use red scare. I can't think of any other cards, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So I think we made the right move there. Bit frustrating to waste containment to just have it there as an equalizer rather than an actual card that we can fully implement for its good event. But oh well, what are you gonna do? So he coups. Oh dear. Dice have been pretty cruel to both of us today, I think. Just sending my condolences. So I'm going to do something interesting. I'll march ahead into North Korea. I'll do a Donald Trump, threaten Kim a little bit. So if he wants North Korea, he's got to use the China card. So if he doesn't take it, we take it. That's great. If he does, then we get the China card. So there are two good things that that come out of that. Just see what he does. I mean, if we'd been able to use containment to its full extent, then we would have been able to have just taken North Korea outright there, because it would have been a 4-ops card. But never mind. Europe is an absolute train wreck at this point. I think Saudi Arabia is a priority. We could also take Israel, because the fact that Egypt and Lebanon are bordering Israel, that means that we'd get a +3 modifier on the Arab-Israeli war card. Okay, that's interesting. Doesn't really matter, does it? Just go with Yugoslavia. So he's wise to not Truman out of the deck, but he has left North Korea open, unfortunately. So we'll see what he does. I'd assume he's going into maybe Pakistan or South Korea. Okay, so we're swapping Koreas. I'll overprotect it a bit, because I mean, if he slammed the China card into it, we'd need a 4-ops card to take it back, and we don't have that. So I think it's important to overprotect, and we'll move ahead into Saudi Arabia. So we'll secure at least 3 Middle Eastern battlegrounds, which is important for the US. I think it's important to spread your influence as much as possible as the US in the Middle East. well, preferably everywhere, because that's the point of the game, but but especially in the Middle East because of the Muslim Revolution card that comes out in the mid-war. It can take all the influence out of two different countries. So if you've got presence in at least three, then you can rest assured that at least you'll survive. At least you'll still hang on in there. Go ahead and play Warsaw Pact. Doesn't really matter at this point. I'd rather get it out of the deck because then it guarantees that there won't be any pesky flips in the late war when Tear Down This Wall and Solidarity come out. We can attack Poland and East Germany. So we'll burn it now. We'll get it out of the way. I mean, I'm guessing he'll put at least one into the two Eastern European battlegrounds. Maybe take Czechoslovakia or Hungary. Maybe throw one into Austria to protect against realignments later in the game. Okay, no, so he really bulks up the two battlegrounds. You can't really blame him. I think we'll move along into India, just threaten Pakistan a little bit. So we've taken domination back in the Middle East. Problem is now we've got quite a few problematic cards. We can manage socialist governments. We can just throw the three back wherever they're taken from. NASA will obviously take our domination away. I want to keep destalinisation in case he's got blockade. Oh, where's this going? Israel? No. Okay. Not an awful lot we can do to counter that. I mean, with this one, our priority is West Germany. If we throw two into West Germany, then we know it can't be broken, and then we've got one more, which I think we'll put into Thailand. Because if I have to discard de-Stalinisation as a result of being blockaded, then obviously if I don't control Thailand, he's got the opportunity to place influence there. So I think we'll go ahead and take it and be done with it. Yeah, so we ever protect West Germany, he can take two from there. He'll probably take one from Canada as well, in case we end up with NORAD again. But you know, I've got to admit, Europe is a complete train wreck at the moment. Middle East is looking fairly cosy. We'll see how the NASA situation goes. Actually takes one from the UK. Interesting. Captured Nazi scientist. Guess it was 2 points. We'll just throw it back into Egypt. So obviously one of these cards will, or both of them have to go. Okay. So good play on his part, but what else can we do? So they're going back into the deck, unfortunately. I did my best to keep hold of them. Failed the roll, obviously. He gets 2 points for the military ops.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light, to find a way by which the minds of men, the hopes of men, the souls of men everywhere can move forward toward peace and happiness and well-being.
Okay, so bad news is we've got Europe. Good news is we've got the Middle East, and we've also got Red Scare Purge, so we can push forward a little bit. We've also redrawn decolonisation, so there's no threat of that coming back to bite us. He might have de-Stalinisation though, which is the bad news. But yeah, I think we purge. Try and slow his momentum down a little bit. Okay, that's an interesting choice. More wasted points, unfortunately, but never mind. So I'd assume that he'll coup Libya now. How are we looking in Asia? American North Korea. I always think that's quite funny. Okay. Another one in the same country. It's not good. So I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 into Egypt. You could argue it's wasted influence because of Sadat later in the game, but we're pretty far behind in points. We've also got to play Europe. You know, we need to optimise the other 2 areas. And he also can't take Israel outright because he can't use 4 ops because he's under Red Scare Purge. We'll go ahead and throw 1 into Thailand to secure Asia domination. So it's just about optimising your ops, I think. Optimise your ops. Should become a saying for this game. So if I don't see how he could cause any real damage in the Middle East. There aren't any cards that can hurt me at this stage. So providing that we still have domination in the Middle East, I'll play the Middle East scoring card next turn, I beg your pardon. I think after that I'll just throw Europe out because, you know, it's got to be done. Okay. So weaken to battlegrounds, and I'm going to take 1 from Czechoslovakia, and I've done that because it's an important country for realignments when Tear Down This Wall comes out. I mean, let's hope and pray we manage to steal Poland through John Paul, so that'll obviously give us West Germany and Poland. Then if you can nab Czechoslovakia as well, which actually borders East Germany, you can get some good realignment modifiers when Mr. Reagan comes out in the late war, so that's my reasoning for doing that. I'd have thought now he'd probably put either 2 into India or 2 into South Korea to break my domination. We'll see what he does. India. Okay. Okay. I don't want to take South Korea at this point because of the Korean War card. I don't think we've seen it, no. How South Korea can become communist after being taken over by the Americans is just beyond me, but it doesn't say that in the card small text. You know, the same rules still apply, so it's still a little bit risky, and I think we should just score the Middle East, get our huge whopping 3 points out of it. Yeah, look at that, Lyndon B. Johnson. American Vietnam. It is possible. So I'd have thought South Korea would be a priority for him at this point. Wow, Marshall Plan. Okay. Got to overprotect West Germany. Okay, I'm now having second thoughts on South Korea, because if we take it, there's a 33% chance that he'll take it from us, but if we do nothing, then there's a 100% chance that he'll take it from us. So I think it's worth the risk. I think it's worth the China card. If he plays it and he succeeds, then it's a bit of a joke, obviously, given the fact that North Korea is American, but never mind. But if we just leave it, then he's definitely going to take it, and he's going to steal domination off us, so I think I was right to make that move. Obviously, let me know what you think in the comments if you disagree. I do think there should be an asterisk on the Korean War card that says if North Korea is US controlled, then this event can't be played. Oh dear, here we go. Here we go. Oh, thank God. Thank God. But you see what I mean there? I mean, if I'd just left it, he'd have taken it anyway. He could have just used the 1-op from the Korean War card and taken South Korea outright. So I think we did the right thing there. It's a little bit nerve-wracking when you see that card come out, but it's just one of those things. Okay, we might as well get Europe over with. Given his play in Asia, I'm assuming that he has the Asia scoring card. It's a nice 6 points for us. I don't really see how he can take domination away from us. I mean, we've got decal, so there's no real way of accessing Southeast Asia. He could use desalinization for it, but that would be a little bit of a waste in my opinion. I think the points from that would be much better spent in the Third World and getting ready for the mid-war. So we'll see what he does. I decided to make these videos because there aren't many people now who actually make Twilight struggle videos just for the fun of it, and I thought it would be a fun idea to do it myself. I know the Penske file did it around a year ago, but I don't think he's published any new Twilight struggle YouTube videos for a long time. So I thought I'd just try my hand at it. Let me know, guys, how you feel about my videos. Hope they feel professional enough. Yeah, so I've gone ahead into Angola, just to push the momentum a little bit in Africa. I will put 2 into Angola because there are a couple of cards in the mid-war for the Soviets that give them easy access to it, so we obviously want to prevent that as much as we can. So I'll put 1 into Angola, 1 into Zaire, and then to make things interesting, I'll put 1 into Colombia. Just to give him, again, you know, other things to think about. So hope he doesn't get chased.
Приветствовать недавно принятые в члены Организации Объединенных Наций государства и передать им пожелания благополучия и процветания.
Okay, so good news, we've got Asia, so we can play that for 6 points. We can get rid of that scary 16 that's staring me in the face. We've got Central America as well, so we've not seen... Have we seen Fidel? Where's he gone? Hasn't been played yet. I mean, it's 2 points, it's better than nothing. I think we should play that as soon as possible. Bad news is we've got We Will Bury You, and obviously the 3 points at the moment aren't really 3 that I'm willing to give away. Unless he's got ABM or Brush War again, I can't see how he can do any real major damage in Asia. So I think I'll play Asia. You know, we need the points. We need to make a bit of headway. Need to move forward a little bit. I think his main concern at the moment will be the fact that we've gone into Colombia. You know, he'll probably be thinking, how do I get around this problem? Do I drop the DEFCON and just coup Zaire, or do I prioritise South America? Let's see what he's got. Okay, that's interesting. So we get Asia, which is good. A bit of relief for us. Move away from 16. I mean, he's still 10 ahead, which isn't great. Okay, here comes socialist governments. Bang. Okay, so that's fortunate. That's very fortunate. So Colombia's in a great position here. It's allowed us to put 2 back into Panama, and now we can score an easy domination in Venezuela, providing he doesn't have ABM treaty. He was very, very unfortunate there to what did he roll? To roll just a 2. The dice have been awful to him, in all fairness. But yeah, so we've repaired Panama and we've moved into Venezuela. De Gaulle isn't really an issue. We can try and optimise Alliance for Progress. Try and score a few points off that. I think moving into Mexico is a priority at the moment. Just in case he has... Oh, okay, fair enough. Just in case he has liberation theology, it just makes it a little bit less appealing So the Americas are looking pretty capitalist. I think we'll play Alliance after this, get ourselves a nice 4 points. Then we'll play Central America. You could argue that I should put one into one of the non-battleground countries in Central America, but they're very easily cooed. They give him access. They give him access, sorry, to a place where I really don't want him to have access, and I'd rather just score it for. Is it 3? Yeah, 3 points. It's better than a kick in the teeth, as they say where I'm from. Start moving in on Africa as well. Maybe put 2 into Botswana or Tunisia to secure domination there as well. So it's not over. Actually, to be fair, with the exception of Europe, we're ahead in all of the regions, I think. So yeah, things are looking good. We just need to score some points from somewhere. So Colombia, I'm guessing. Okay. So we don't want him to attack Venezuela. So we'll go for Colombia. Alright. Yeah, I mean, we've got that -1 modifier because of the Death Squad card. Very rarely see that headlined. I tend not to use it. But there you go. Yeah, so we'll play Alliance after this, get ourselves 4 points. After that, we'll play Central America. We'll just try and keep the point momentum going. Yeah, and after that, I'm not really sure. Like I said, de Gaulle isn't really a problematic card because he already has France. It'll just give him an extra point there. Probably space decolonization. We could use We Will Bury You to our advantage next turn, possibly. Where the DEFCON's concerned. I mean, if he doesn't coup for whatever reason, we could eliminate the problem of having to coup and then just place influence. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, of course. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Why bother spreading out if you're just going to get kicked out by random realignments? Really annoys me. Oh, we've still got Mexico. Trump will be happy to hear. If one of these succeeds, then I will be annoyed. What? What? That's ridiculously lucky. Honest to God, we've got to go back in now because we're scared of the realignments. Did give us Japan, which is good. And where can we throw this extra one? I think we'll go into South Africa. Yeah, I get quite frustrated by realignments. I think they're quite cheap and irritating. You know, if you've been lucky enough to draw a good card that gives you access to somewhere that's quite hard to reach, or if you've got a good coup, or you've had brush war or whatever, and then someone just runs in and randomly realigns you, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. I think it's quite cheap. I very rarely do it myself, unless obviously I can get modifiers for whatever reason. I mean, that's a different story if you can get modifiers. Okay. Right. I mean, if he takes Nigeria here, it'll still be 3-2 towards. I'm not too bothered about that. Play Central America. We could coup Saharan states, which would give us domination. We only need to put one more into South Africa. Alright. So no, we'll space decon. And we fail. That's new. That's new. We've not seen that yet. Okay. Do we get rid of We Will Bury You? Yeah, go on. We might get Voice of America or... Okay. Not too bad. Gives us access to Panama again. Strengthens Venezuela. I'm not skipping up and down at the fact that we've got Panama Canal, but could have been worse. Where's he gonna go? Okay, I don't really care about that. Let's see if we can cause him to panic. Going to Uruguay. So again, he's got to think, do I attack Uruguay?
We dare not tempt them with weakness.
Or do I just coup the battleground?
For only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed.
Now, part of me wants to use grain sales to steal the coup off him, but then if we do that, he'll just go for Uruguay. If we use Missile MV, we could get a big 4-ops card out of it. But again, there's more chance involved. I think we'll grain sales. We'll attack Nigeria. Lone gunman's an issue. We can just space Quagmire. That's not a problem. But yeah, we'll have to be wary of lone gunman. We'll have to take hand management into account. Oh no, typical. So probably 2 out of Hungary and Yugoslavia, Finland as well. Where's another spare one that he's got? Maybe the Koreas. So I'm guessing the southern tip of South America. It's a good job that he gets to go first, though. This could actually be quite interesting. If he decides to go for Argentina, we could coup him, depending on the card that we pull. Hopefully it's a big ops card. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Maybe it would have been better to play Missile Envy then, because say if we get a big 4-ops card, like, I don't know, maybe Muslim Revolution, we then could have queued Argentina with a higher chance of success, basically. Because that's the beauty about Missile Envy. Obviously, you always get the higher ops card. But we'll see what he does. Yeah, I think 3 from Eastern Europe and maybe 1 from the Koreas. I'd guess Argentina, Chile, Panama, maybe Israel, maybe South Africa. I don't know. Yep. Okay, that's a decent trade. So yeah, I think we go for Argentina. Come on, a big roll. Oh, 1. Yes. Just needed one of them. Yeah, I think if I roll another 1, then everything will be fine. Yeah, I think the problem this game is that I've not rolled enough 1s. But if I get another 1, then I'm sure everything will be fine. Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, the chances of it, you know, that's what makes it so frustrating. The chances of actually rolling a 1 are 16%. You know, it's the only option that won't change anything, and yet it just has to happen. You know, it is very frustrating. I'm tempted to play Missile Envy. I mean, the only suicide card that we could get is Duck and Cover, and that's already in the discard pile. We could maybe get Muslim... Oh, what's going on here? We could maybe get Muslim revolution. What are you doing? Oh, God's sake. Why didn't he just take Thailand? Oh well. I'm not complaining. Sorry, what was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take Thailand there. Seems rather silly, but never mind. We'll overprotect it. With West Germany overprotected, that means we can play Willy Brandt freely. Oh no, I wanted to coup. Play this now while we're still a point ahead. We're slowly creeping back to the even mark. Yeah, I think we'll coup Saharan states maybe. Has everywhere been scored? Yeah, everywhere's been scored. Oh no. Yes, Thailand, and it'll work. Oh no! God's sake! There's more points that we just. Oh, it's an absolute joke. Yeah, I mean the cards haven't been too kind to us. No ABM, no Hunter, no Voice of America, no OAS. Again, it's another frustrating thing. I mean, he's just taken Asia domination off us just because he happened to have a card. You know, it's very annoying. There's one thing that I dislike about this game is the fact that sometimes, regardless of how skilled you are, if you just keep getting poor die rolls, if you just keep drawing bad cards, there's not really an awful lot you can do against it. And it is quite disheartening for the more... Oh, see, another one. Is slightly disheartening for the more skilled players. Can I please roll something that isn't a 1? It's just absolutely ridiculous. And then he'll space something now and obviously get the right number. He'll obviously... Oh yeah, obviously. Right, I'm going to be a little bit risky. I'm going to play Missile Envy. I hope to get... Have we seen Muslim Revolution? No. Hopefully get Muslim Revolution off him. If not, we could get... we've had NATO, Marshall Plan, we've had Japan. Yeah, I think it'll be one of his events that we pull. And I think with that we will crash into Argentina, because then he can only put 2 back in with Missile Envy, and then we could flip it with Alliance. Obviously, the longer you leave Alliance out and the more battlegrounds you acquire, the more valuable it becomes. Yeah. Oh, we only had 2. Wow. Surprising that. But oh well. Probably take Chile. Yeah. Space Quagmire. And we failed, of course. Of course. Why would it not be anything else? For God's sake. We can't play Lone Gunman, obviously, so we'll probably play Alliance for the event after he's done his move. He's only got 2 op cards though, so the most damaging one he could have, I don't know, South African Unrest, Liberation, what else is there? Can't have Decall, I think I spaced that. Yeah. Grain sales or... Oh, fair enough. That's interesting. Right. Don't really understand that. And we'll get ourselves 3 points. So come on, let's
Пройдя
do some cards.
через тяжелейшие испытания, советские
more like
люди отстояли.
Part of me wants to ABM and try and get Thailand back, but he does have the China card, and it will be difficult to get a decent roll. And given the luck that we've been having recently, maybe not the best idea. One small step is a bit of a weak headline, I think. Shea can't really affect us. I mean, yeah, he can attack Uruguay, but apart from that, nothing really. I don't know. Maybe our man in Tehran, because I think it's important to keep ABM, because he'll either go for an African or a South American battleground, and if we keep ABM, we can just try and swing it back. So we'll go for our man in Tehran, and of course he's got that. Why would he not have that? So get rid of Brezhnev. These are all the cards we need that are in this row here. Guessing he'll try and coup Venezuela, then take Uruguay, which will give him a chance to realign. And he actually fails a roll. Wow. There is a god. But yeah, that's why I kept that ABM. What's this guy's rating? Is he 1813? Wow. Hasn't played many games, but he obviously knows what he's doing. So he takes Venezuela and Uruguay now, that would be, or just Venezuela. So let's get Mr. Nixon out. Let's roll something higher than a 1, please. Please, let's get a decent roll out of this. Come on. Come on. Oh yes. So Venezuela is firmly capitalist. That's fantastic. I think we should burn Shea before we move anywhere else, just to get it out of the way. Shea can be anything from a minor annoyance to a really devastating card, so I think it's appropriate that we sort that out. Oh, of course. Okay, why you put it in Costa Rica, I don't really know. But we'll burn Shea now. We'll take Mexico back. Care about that. I think South America is going to stay even. So we'll take Mexico back, and we will. I think we'll go ahead and overprotect South Korea, because if he were to throw the China card into it, we'd have to use a 4-ops card to take it back, and we don't have that. So I think we'll just fortify it a little bit. North Korea is more American than South Korea. That's an interesting turn of events. I think Israel is also a priority. We can't be attacked by Arab-Israeli war anymore because of the Jimmy Carter card. What's it called again? Camp David. Yeah, interesting fact. It was actually named after Dwight D. Eisenhower's grandson. Okay. So that makes me think that he has a few problematic cards, so to stop him spacing again, I'm going to play one small step. We could actually overtake him if we space Portuguese. see what he does. What's he doing? Come on, Gumby. What can he do? I mean, he needs to take Panama. What else? There isn't really an awful lot for him to do. I don't know. Well, at least we can use Lone Gunman. I guess Red Scare. Yeah. Typical. Might as well get Lone Gunman out of the way. Probably coup Zaire, at which point we'll coup Nigeria, or maybe coup Zaire back, depending on how it goes. Okay. So I can live with that. Come on, a big roll. Of course. Of course, it's just a 2. God's sake. I think I've had 1 6, and that's about it. Oh well. Just have to accept that it's part of the game sometimes. Also, the salt modifier didn't help. I would have kicked him out if that hadn't been in effect. Yeah, priorities for him. He needs to take Panama. I don't know where Fidel is. He should play that if he's got it. There's no real way of him getting into Zaire, I don't think, unless he goes via Cameroon, obviously. Okay. Panama, yeah. Go ahead and throw 2 into Zaire, so it protects it a little bit. Poland's still at 6, so John Paul wouldn't be very effective at this stage. Where's he going with that? Okay, I think that's wise. Got 2 turns left. Yeah. Take the China card off him. Need to grab Thailand back somehow, and then maybe flip Indonesia or Laos. Oh, very nice. Right, that's wise. Then again, if we take it, we take it. You know, it's just another problem he's got to deal with. We'll probably roll a 1. What did I say? Just need another 1, I think. Then everything will be fine.
For the first time,
because the people of the world want peace, and the leaders of the world are afraid of war. The times are on the side of peace.
Well, look at this hand. This is the first killer hand we've had. So I think we... Yeah, I think we bear trap. Win the opening coup. Yeah, he seems a nice enough guy. Hunter or Junta isn't too useful, oh, for God's sake. At this stage, I mean, if we've now been red scared again, then cooing doesn't look too appealing with it. If he goes into Cuba, I'll probably use it to realign. Okay. The only option really is to go for Nigeria. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Can I roll something else, please? Absolute joke. Wasting card after card. Why do I bother? Oh yeah, and then he'd have that, wouldn't he? Oh, okay. Maybe move into Israel. We'll definitely play the Voice of America as the last card. Swear to God if this is another one. What? I mean, what's the point? So, I mean, I'll try to realign him, but I'll probably roll a 1. Sorry, I'm a little bit salty. It's just so frustrating. Yay! Right. Yeah, I mean, what can I do about that? Just play Middle East now. Seems to have gone to shit a little bit. I mean, we were doing very well in the third world earlier, but now just terrible dice luck and bad cards have flipped the game round. He's done a very good job as well with his coups and his card play, but I don't feel like luck has been on our side. Some of these dice rolls have just been a bit of a joke. I mean, what, 3, 4 ones in a row? Come on, just give me a break. Oh well. Just going to have a drink, excuse me. Just having a can of my own tears there. Very tasty. It's very salty. I think another 4-ops card, Christ. I think with voice we'll take 2 from the Saharan states and Cameroon, and then we'll take 2 from Thailand. So there should be a nice easy coup for us. If he decides to rescue Thailand, that is. Come on, can I do it? Yay! So he now doesn't have enough points for war games if he draws that in the late war. Okay, 2, that's not too damaging. Okay, here comes the voice of America. Or do I take 2 from Panama? Because then if he rescues Thailand, that could give me a coup target, couldn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. Excuse me.
But surely one such lesson, learned by the world at great cost, is that aggression, unopposed, becomes a contagious disease.
Okay, so again, not a great hand. We could use Chernobyl to make some headway in Asia. The problem with that, though, is then he definitely won't be able to repair Thailand. So he probably then would coup either Brazil or one of the African battlegrounds. I'd assume Angola, to give him a chance at realigning South Africa. I think a good play here would be use OAS, put 1 in Panama and 1 in Argentina, again just to give him more things to think about and to worry about. Never mind. For God's sake, man. I just feel like every move has been against me. Yeah, of course. I'll tell with it. Then he'll coup Zaire and probably roll a 12. The Reformer actually isn't that much of a problem for us because we've only got West Germany. We could just overprotect it. Okay, where's he going? Oh, sure. Fucking 6. Pardon my language. So if he's got Central America, he should play that now. That'll then give me Asia for 7. He could win the game with war games, I don't know. I'm past caring at this stage, to be honest. Jesus. How many countries ahead is he in Africa? fuck that. We'll just have to accept the 1 point. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Where's he going? Laos, probably. Yeah, that's smashing. That's just brilliant. I'm wishing I played Chernobyl now because I could have stopped him from doing that. Maybe I will do that actually. It's not too late. All I need to do is take Laos with duck and cover, and that should. In fact, no, I just need to break Laos. In fact, Jesus. So there are a number of cards that could give him 2 points. One of them's the Gorbachev card, the Glasnost. So if we play Africa, that means he can't win via that. What's he going to say? Had some loon on here last night. We've got a bit of Twilight struggle banter here. By the way, for legal reasons, I don't condone what's about to be said. This is all Gumby's responsibility. I'm not getting involved in this. We'll see what he has to say. Okay, well, the Middle East isn't being scored, so we won't worry about that for now. We'll break that. Oh shit, no, because you can. We just can't do anything with these cards, unfortunately. Yeah, I can understand where this guy's coming from. I think it's important to remain as sportsmanlike as possible. Yeah, you just have to remember that all of the injustices in this game are usually the fault of the computer, not your opponent. What's he done that for? I literally can't do anything. I just give up with this game. I mean, is that the right move? And then he gets two. I think we've got to play this. Just embarrassing, really. Just constant shit, low op, red cards. That little camera icon is quite frustrating. Pershing 3, so it's not too damaging at this stage. I think we'll just throw one back into West Germany. Take Libya back. So we'll take Libya back, take West, in fact we'll put 2 into West Germany, just to avoid any shenanigans. Where did you take the others from? Spain and Austria, okay. Oof. Tough card. Space race, the reformer. In fact, it's not too damaging at this stage. We'll space race Quagmire. Come on. Yes. Come on. So we get to see his headline, which is good.
I believe that communism is another sad, bizarre chapter in human history whose last pages even now are being written.
Wow, this is a good hand. Move over to Mr. Reagan. We've got brush war. We could try and get Brazil back and secure it. Allende is not really a problem. Glasnost is like a more expensive ABM treaty. We've got colonial rearguards. We could annoy him with that. Yeah, so a number of options here. I think we'll space We Will Bury You because we can't afford to lose those 3 points. Oh shit! He's gonna get 3 from that as well. Bloody hell. Yeah, I think the answer here is colonial rearguards. I mean, we need to secure Thailand. We'll take back Laos, Cambodia, and then just upset the balance in Africa a little bit and see what he does. I mean, if he does a coup that we don't like, we'll just use Glasnost as our sort of ABM treaty fallback. We're probably going to lose this round. I mean, South America's out there, Europe's out there. We don't have to tear down this wall. We can't really do anything about it. Our strong regions have been played. Africa and sorry, not Africa. Africa, the Middle East, and Asia have all gone. Nothing here really that can help us out. See what he does. Nigeria, I'm guessing. So that solves that problem. He'll probably go and take Algeria and Nigeria back, which would be wise, I think. We'll have a go at taking Brazil with brush war, because it'll cancel his domination. Got a space, We Will Bury You. Where's he going with that? Right, okay. Come on, I'm begging you. Oh, shite, no, we don't want to do that. No, flower power, forgot about that. Oh, no. Shit. We'll take Israel. We'll throw another one into West Germany so we can use all three from the Reformer. I mean, if we space successfully, we could use Brush War. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. I'd be very surprised if I win this one, to be quite frank. No. Oh well. He played very well. His high standard of play mixed with bad cards, bad dice. Yeah, it didn't sit very well with us. But thank you very much for watching. Sorry, one moment. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. Very sympathetic. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to grow my channel at the moment, so any help would be appreciated. I'll be back again tomorrow with another one, hopefully. But until then, take care of yourselves.